And we are the Tates, and this is
Tate's Travel.
Welcome back. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of minutes. The last days of Vanlife. That's what we're calling this new season.
Yeah.
Yeah. This new series.
While we were kind of on a break, we've got asked a lot. Is this the end of Vanlife for us?
And the answer is...
Cue the video. And the answer is yes.
Yes. We are done with Vanlife.
But before we explain why we're done, we'd like to talk about Vanlife, the pros and cons, kind of what led us to this decision.
Yeah.
But I think even before that, we need to start kind of from the beginning.
We started out like everybody else, tent camping. And unfortunately, our last tent camping experience did not go very well. It was fun. We had friends with us and everything like that. But we decided to go on the coldest day recorded in Florida's history. We were not prepared for this camping trip. We didn't bring enough blankets, bedding and stuff like that. We froze our butts off. And in the middle of the night, we had decided to get this air mattress and use it for the first time. And it went flat. So we woke up like 2:30 in the morning. Amy's like, get up, Mark. And I'm like, what's going on? We were sleeping on the ground, cold ground. And luckily one of my friends had a patch kit. So I did repair the mattress and blow it back up, but it only lasted for like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then the air went back out and we were on the ground. And it's pretty much after that, Amy was done. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much done too. Which led us into our next big decision, which was
our first camper was probably the best decision at the time that we made, which was a 17-foot Forest River R-Pod. Very lightweight.
Pull behind travel trailer.
Yeah, it was a pull behind travel trailer. Had a bathroom, very small, but it did have a bathroom, shower. Had a
full kitchen,
little
living area that you could turn into a bed at night, and it's a good sized bed. And
and we pulled it with our Jeep, and
we had a 2-door Wrangler.
Yeah.
At the time, and then later on, we got this Jeep Cherokee, which pulled it with ease too. It was super easy. And our first trip was in the Keys.
Florida Keys, yeah.
And there was 4 of us.
Yeah.
It's me, you, your mom, and Ethan, our son. And we had a blast for like a week and a half down there.
Yeah, it was great.
We pulled that sucker everywhere.
Yeah, we did.
We went all over Florida, went surrounding states like North Carolina and Georgia, and we had a lot of fun. It was. I miss her. I miss the R-Pod.
Yeah, it was a great first camper.
So eventually, family wanted to come. They seemed like, hey, we want to come camping with you because they had this experience in the R-Pod, and we really couldn't take them a lot because there wasn't a lot of room. So what we did is made another decision to, about 2 years later, give or take, about 2 years later after camping with the R-Pod, we decided to upgrade, I guess you can call it, into a bigger pull-behind camper, which was called the Freedom Express. It was made by
Coachman.
Made by Coachman. Like I said, it was 24 feet long, 27 foot with the tongue, and we pulled it with our Jeep Cherokee. It was very lightweight, super lightweight. Had a slide out, and
full bathroom.
Nice. It had like wooden cabinetry, nice stereo, full bed. We could sleep how many people?
6.
Up to 6 people.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was nice for a while. It lasted about 2 years.
Yeah.
And then people stopped kind of camping with us. And
Well, and we didn't go that far. It just didn't seem to get the gas mileage. It was more expensive. I don't know. We just didn't seem to go that much. At the time, we had really made a couple of really big trips we weren't using the camper that much.
Right, we actually flew.
Mm-hmm.
Took a plane to 3 different states in particular that I can remember.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
California, and then we went 12 days.
We
spent 12 days in Utah. We flew out there, rented a Jeep in those places, and that was just so much fun. Hawaii was beautiful, and we camped in a motel, and then we also in Waikiki we spent some days there. Went to Pearl Harbor, and then we got on a cruise ship and explored all the other islands. Did all kinds of adventures, and then we came back and we went to the California trip where we went to Yosemite. Where else did we go? San Francisco area. Saw Alcatraz, the John Muir redwoods,
the woods,
the big tall trees, and then we went to Utah, and we were just blown away so much by Utah. We camped in the Moab, stayed at an Airbnb.
So we found though that with those trips we were really kind of missing the whole camping experience, which kind of led us to our next big. Probably one of the biggest decisions at the time.
The next decision was definitely the biggest and hardest decision for us to make because we would be leaving behind this nice 24-foot camper. But we wanted to plan a big trip and save money and not do all the hotels, just kind of camp and be outside. And these big trips kind of led into that purchase in 2021.
Yeah.
The Aloha.
Yeah.
So the Aloha.
Yeah.
The biggest decision we made. Hardest decision.
Yeah. But probably one of the best.
A Class B camper van. RV van.
Yeah. Thorscope 18M.
Model 18M. 18 feet long, less than 9 feet tall, less than 7 feet wide.
Yeah.
And just a little home on wheels.
Yeah. Very comfortable, very easy to maneuver. I actually drove quite a bit.
Good gas mileage.
Yeah.
Easy, comfort, like you said. We could park it anywhere.
Yeah.
We even parked it in like those little compact parking spots.
Yeah.
We went up in the mountains with it. We went in the valleys. We went in the snow. We went down dirt roads, boondocked in it. We went all over.
Yeah.
We went out west, we went out north, we went out east.
Yeah, and I think that the great thing about it is in some of the national parks, they have restrictions on the size of the RV. Most of them are under 21 feet. So for like Cadillac Mountain, we were able to take the van up to Cadillac Mountain in
Acadia.
Yeah, in Acadia. We were able to, take it going to the Sun Road.
Glacier National Park.
Yeah. So
yeah, we went everywhere in that, and it was just so much fun. It was just me and Amy, and we even put our bikes on there.
Yeah.
Our electric bikes on the back with these. We had plenty of storage for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, it took some getting used to and figuring out, but it was fun. It was the best purchase we ever made, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
And but the reason we bought the van in the first place in 2021 is because Amy did all this work preparing for probably our biggest trip we were going to take. It was to go to Canada. We were going to cross the border into Canada from the United States for the first time and visit the national parks up there, like Bay of Fundy and places like that. Amy did all this work and extensive research, used road trippers to plan it all out, made phone calls, did all that work, and what happened? COVID.
And they closed the border.
They closed the border for months and months and months. We tried to reschedule. I think all but one place gave us our money back. She had to do all that, and it was a nightmare, and we were so depressed. But we ended up going out west instead, and we had a big trip out west and up north. and it was just so much fun.
Yeah. So,
but there's always a but.
Yeah, but I think before we get into that, why don't you come along with us on our adventure that we have as we finally get to explore Canada. So it's kind of bittersweet, as this is
3 years later.
Some of our last travels in the van, but we're excited to be sharing with you.
In this season, which we've called the last days of van life for a reason, and we'll get into a lot of the pros and cons and different things like that. And but to set the scene, we left Florida, our home state. Amy had to go to a work conference up in Philadelphia. I had never been there before. I don't know if you have or not. I know that one of my favorite directors, M. Night Shyamalan, I hope I pronounced that right, but like Sixth Sense and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of those movies are filmed in Philadelphia. My friends from up in Pennsylvania, K-Rod, and just wanted to see it. And I wanted to see the Rocky statue, the Liberty Bell, and things like that. And this was the opportunity to do that. And we went up there and we camped in New Jersey. Campground, and then we parked outside of the hotel while we were actually in the city, in downtown Philly.
Yeah, the parking fee for the oversized parking was more expensive than the campground we had just stayed at.
It's $60 a night just to park there or something.
It's crazy.
But anyway, well, check out a little bit of Philly that we filmed and enjoy it, and we'll talk to you in a minute.
Cue the video.
Hello, I'm staring out the window right now and looking at Philadelphia, downtown. That's right, we're in Pennsylvania for 3 to 4 days. Amy's in a conference working, and I am also currently working on some new videos, new projects. Okay, Amy ran up the stairs.
I didn't really run.
She is Rocky, Mrs. Rocky Balboa.
I walked.
She kind of, well,
That's 72 stairs.
it's 72 stairs. It's not that bad though.
That's fun. Woohoo! You did it! So we hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching and welcoming us back. We're so excited to be back. So you want to talk about the next video a little bit?
Yeah, so that was a little bit of Philadelphia, And in our next video, we make another pit stop before we cross the border in our van. For the first time, bringing our van into a different country of Canada, which we were so excited. We waited 3 years to do. And yeah, our pit stop is in a place that we frequently find ourselves staying. Nice little town called Bar Harbor, or Bahaba, wherever you're from, in Maine. Yeah, and then we go into Canada from there, and we have a few other ventures after Canada to share with you. So stick with us, watch the next video, and we'll see you later. Tates are out. There's 2 of us. Tates. That's why it's plural. She always says Tate.
Tate out. Tate.
True. Tate. Bye. Tates. Tates are out. Don't listen. Don't listen. Don't listen to her. Tates.